Greetings. Welcome back to our 30-day worthiness attunement journey. Today is day 2. Before we get started, I'll just share, excuse me, if you haven't joined until today, it might be worthwhile to go back and listen to the welcome video in day 1, which set the tone for this 30-day journey that we're on together to restore our blueprint of wholeness, reconnecting to the truth of who we are, worthy. Excuse me, I seem to have a little catch in my throat or a frog today. There's a lot of wind. I live in Larkspur, Colorado, and there's some wind and it's really warm. So I imagine the pine trees are just releasing all kinds of pollen today. So my apologies if my voice is a little scratchy, but what do you do? Today we are going to be using the essential oil vetiver. And I did mention in the welcome video that if you don't have or don't choose to incorporate the essential oils, it's not a big deal. But if you do, vetiver is an incredible ally for supporting deep grounding. And so the reason that I'm incorporating vetiver at the very beginning of this journey together is because it is an incredible plant ally for grounding. Vetiver is a plant that grows, and when it's the roots form, the roots grow 14 feet, at least 14 feet down into the earth. So there's a deep rooting, a deep connection into the earth. And so when we are restoring the blueprint of worthiness, it's impossible to become fully embodied and to restore our blueprint of wholeness if we're not in our bodies. So some of the ways that worthiness gets catalyzed knock us out of our bodies. It fragments our consciousness, it fragments our soul, because we as children, our nervous systems are so how do I want to put this? Our nervous systems, we learn how to regulate and self-soothe through attuned parenting. And so most of us didn't receive attuned parenting. And I'm not here to bash our parents and say that they were horrible. I'm just saying that most parents don't have regulated nervous systems, nor did they teach their children how to regulate. So if there's something scary in the environment, or loud noises or abuse or abandonment or any sort of trauma, it can create what's called a split or a fragmentation of our energy, our consciousness. And so vetiver invites us to ground deeply into ourselves and gives the foundation for the restoration to take place, the restoration into the wholeness of who we are. So we're going to be using vetiver on, there's 2 different points we can use, actually 3, but so the first point is kidney 1, and I'm going to get my foot up here to show you. Okay, so all right, kidney 1, the ball of your foot and then the second toe right between those 2 points is an acupuncture point called kidney 1. It's also known in acupuncture term or acupuncture world as the bubbling spring. I just want to give a disclaimer and say that I am not an acupuncturist. I have studied with Tiffany Carroll, and if you'd like more information about training with her, learning more about essential oils, and specifically, the aroma point therapy practice that she helped co-found, I will put the links to the information in the description below. So we're going to be using either kidney 1, or we are going to also, the other place that we can place the oil is on the perineum, the place of skin between the vagina in women, or the testes in men, and the anus, or the belly button. I would opt either for the perineum or for kidney 1, just because they are the nerve bundles for the perineum. There's a lot of nerve bundles there. And bubbling spring is also the bottommost point for the all the meridians where it connects at kidney 1. And I'll just read a description here for you about the benefits of kidney 1. Brings a surge of revitalizing, restoring, and invigorating energy, restores hope and optimism when feeling utterly depleted, um, invigorates the spirit, renews vitality, restores energy reserves. And so we're going to be using a style of aromatherapy called, I'm sorry, let me find myself back to you, a style of acupuncture called aroma point acupuncture, where we take 1 or 2 drops, in this case, probably 1. Vetiver is a kind of a very liquidy oil. 1 drop of vetiver and putting it on kidney 1. And I'm also incorporating, oh gosh, my mind just went blank. It's a bodywork style where you cross hemispheres of the body. It'll come to me if I think of it. I'll correct myself and correct the video and share the description of what I'm talking about below. I'm wanting to say 0 point balancing, but that is not it. Anyhow, taking 1 drop of vetiver and placing it on kidney 1 on the opposite foot, and just closing your eyes, breathing deeply, holding the intention for vetiver to support you in deeply grounding, deeply restoring your vitality, restoring your ability to ground deeply into the earth, fully into your body. And when we're using this style of acupressure, it's a very, very light touch. Aroma point therapy is very light. No pressure, no deep poking, just very light pressure. Closing the eyes, breathing. If you feel like it, you can sit cross-legged with the index finger of each finger having a drop of vetiver, placing it on kidney 1. Allowing yourself to become present with your breath. Becoming present with any thoughts or emotions arising. Inviting stillness. When we become present, our energy defragments, becomes fully present to this now moment. The only moment in which you actually exist. The truth of who you are becomes more readily available to you. It's impossible to restore a sense of inherent worthiness if your attention is in the past or thinking about what's happening, perhaps after you watch this video or later today or next week. As you're holding kidney 1, hold the intention of calling all parts of yourself back from wherever they've been. If getting grounded and present and centered is new for you, this might seem challenging. It might seem challenging to get quiet and become present. I know you're up to the challenge. If you're practiced and becoming present and grounded, take this practice to a new level. Allow your grounding cord to sink deeply into the earth. The source of all nourishment for your physical body, this beautiful planet we call Earth, our home, who meets all of our material needs, allowing your energy to become fully present, almost like dropping an anchor into the earth, receiving nourishment, deep, deep support, while also allowing yourself to release anything you've been carrying that no longer serves you, particularly any wounds that disconnect you from the truth of who you are. When you're ready, you can switch if you haven't already done. If you're doing the kidney 1 point and you didn't do them together, go ahead and switch. If you did the perineum or the belly button umbilicus, you'll just have a natural connection to a felt sense that you're done. It may come in the form of a deep breath, like what I just did. There's an energy shift that takes place, and your body breathes as a sign of a transition point. You may also just feel like, okay, I'm done. The invitation is to carry this sense of peace and connection and grounding forward in the rest of your day. Pay attention to any thoughts, insights, awarenesses, emotions that arise. Perhaps journal if you feel like it. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share so that this material, this worthiness journey becomes available, searchable for others who may wish to join us in this 30-day journey.